Hello. Hi all, welcome. I'm a bit early today because I'm fighting the urge to take a nap. And if I take a nap, then I won't stream. But if I stream and eventually get into it, then maybe I'll take a nap later. We'll see. So I'm trying to stay awake, but I am failing to stay awake. We'll see what happens. Anyway, here's the piece I'm working on. It's a little flower dude. I've got several of this design actually. I recently, I think last year sometime, I bought the leaf beads in bulk. So I can definitely make them a lot more now than I used to be able to. And ever since, I haven't sold one. Go figure. But, whatever. I don't know. Yeah. So today is put a chain on it day, which basically means anything that's just super easy, inventory sellable necklace thing. Most of the time, they're completed things that I literally just need to put a chain on. Sometimes they're part finished, So I had two of these. I made this one last night. Come here, you. So it's a little bezeled piece of synthetic druzy, done with right angle weave. It's embellished around the edges and on the top. And it's the same design. It's the same gear. It's attached a little different. There's another button on the back of this one. Because I like them to be reversible if I can. If I can manage it. So it's suspended in there. Pretty decent. So I've got blues and teals going on in this one. So this is probably the fanciest I've ever made this type of design. This one I am circling a pearl coin. It used to be a seafoam green color. This was in a piece a while back that I had to take apart, and so this is the second piece this bead has been in. So it's faded over time, but it's still pretty. And so I am wrapping the thread around the spokes to get the flower petals in place on this guy. And I had a couple of finishes last night. So I started all these last night in whatever state they were already in, and then I finished it off. So I ended up with a few last night that I finished. This one started off as just the pendant, which I had made several of a while back. And I ended up getting the chain assembled and everything. So that one's all good. It ended up very, very long because this chain's a little bit different than the one on the original necklaces. The original sold. This is the same chain, though, that the original had. Hey, you. Pay attention. There you go. So it's a little daintier. Got a tutorial for this design coming up for YouTube. It'll be my first YouTube tutorial. So the footage is all done. I've started the editing. I'm learning how to edit. So it's taking longer for the first one, of course. Go figure. But this is the one I finished last night, which I hadn't finished it at the same time because I had run out of the twin beads. These are super duos in the chain, but these are twins, and they're the same shape, but they're slightly different sizes. And I always forget that when I actually encounter legitimate super duos, because most of what I have are twins. And so I had to compensate and add extra beads, but that's fine from what the original pattern had. So that guy got finished. I'm so happy because the original was a commission. And this pattern happened when I was zoning out watching TV one night, and it just ended up being stupidly perfect. So incredibly, incredibly perfect. Another finish from last night is this little guy, which I had this segment, this beaded bead. It's made out of chenille stitch with, what are the beads? O beads, and then some really janky bicone beads. It's super cool, and I had intended to make it like this long station lariat kind of thing, but no, it's been sitting around in my box for a couple of years, so I put a little drop on the bottom, and I put it on a chain, and then I added the same drop to the clasp area here. Ta-da! So, it's gorgeous. I just bought this chain at Walmart recently, so because I needed copper chains because I don't have very many copper chains somehow. And so they went together, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, because I was originally going to do like 2 earrings, but it was late at night and I was lazy, and like, yeah, it would work. And yeah, they'd be cool earrings, but I didn't have the thread, and I don't think I have the same crystal colored beads. I think I destashed those, so I didn't go looking. I just put a chain on it. It's the best way to finish things, in my opinion, is just put a chain on it. Put a clasp. It's called proclaspinating, in case anybody's curious. Proclaspinating, for sure. And then I had one last finish from last night. Oh, there we go. Got a little tangled. I've actually made this design before with these same drops here, but the last circles got bought as their own earrings, and this part got left off from the person who bought this part of the earrings. That happens sometimes. People will buy parts of your jewelry. If you can take it apart, they'll be like, I only want this part, because they don't like the rest. And so I had sold a pair of beaded earrings, rings, which were, I think they were different. I used different colors of beads. And this part got taken off and left behind. And so these have been in my box for a while, and I brought them out last night. And the little orange resin, it glows under black light, and so I made sure to use my orange seed beads that also glow under a black light, so that together it looks like a cohesive glowing piece, which is super cool. I really, really love it. Really, really like. And they're super long, and sometimes you just need to make long earrings. Even if I can't wear them myself, I know people really appreciate long earrings, so love them. Super pretty. And the resin pieces came off of, like, I don't even know what other piece I was making that had red and orange and green together, but like it turned out fine in the end. And then I filled up the extra bits, and then like, yeah, here we are, half a pair of earrings. So those are my finishes. All these dudes, well, this one was already finished, but all these other dudes, that's what I've been working on. And then the only thing I did to these other ones last night is I mop and glued them to make them stiffer. So I have this flower with a rivoli in the middle that's done from the diagonal tubular peyote stitch inverted leaf shapes. So I made 6 of those, stitched them together. This was a very difficult assembly, but when I got done, like, some of the crystals up here were loose. So last night I mop and glued them, because the plan with this guy is to make it a hair stick. So like, I'm actually gonna get some of my wire out and form it into hair stick wire, so you know that it will go through like this inside your hair and be a hair accessory, which I don't make many of those, but this is just kind of what it seems like it's best fitted to do. I don't want to make it a huge big necklace thing, whatever. Like, I don't make big jewelry anymore. I don't make like huge stuff. I only make wearable things, you know? So like, hair stick it is. That's what it's gonna be. But not with my pencil. I'm gonna get some wire and do some wire wrapping with matching beads and stuff, curly cues and whatnot. I don't know. That's the plan for that one. And then I had these 4 guys, which these 4 came off of an old headband that I had made. The thread on this is spider wire, which is a fishing line. But it kind of ended up a little fragile next to the silky beads that I've used in here, which are the shiny brown beads. The ones that sparkle. So those guys are gorgeous. I love working with silky beads. They're beautiful and they add sparkle, but they will eat thread. They will literally cut almost any thread. And this fishing line was no exception. I had other troubles with this fishing line as well, so the one spool is all I ever bought. But it was green, which was back before I had access to most colored threads, so that's why I bought it. But these are all now mop and glued. They were pretty fragile, pretty flimsy. This one was very flimsy, and now it's like super stiff. So I'll be figuring out chains to put on these that match each other. Try to figure out how to use up the little holes in the shell components for attachments, hopefully for most of it. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm doing stream-wise today. Yeah, I'm fighting a nap, and I'm feeling a little anxious as well, so who knows? I've got some tea. I've got a Shaka mango hibiscus, which is super great. It's got monk fruit in it for the sweetener, and it's just so flavorful. It's just perfection. Oh, and I also finished another recent. The macrame cord I was doing Saturday. I finished it for the glow piece. Woo! So this thing's super long. It goes over the head. It does hang opera length under my chest. Not quite belly button, but it is super long. It's not lariat sized, it's opera sized, opera length. But yeah, I learned the half twist macrame cord. Super neat. I used up all of the green emerald super duos. So now I have no Starman branded neon super duos anymore, which is sad because I'd had the pink at one point, or the purple magenta-y ones. Yeah, this big old weird piece all finished as well. So got a few of these to keep a chain on. So like the chains for these two are gonna be this vintage one here, and it'll go nicely with both of them. Perfection. I really liked how this turned out. It was super nice. It was super pretty. Really love these earrings. I loved the first ones too, but I like these ones better. Just the detailing on them is a little better than the first go around. I think I ended up with a couple of gaps. I could have added extra beads on one of these, but oh well. Not too bad. That one is not for sale yet until I'm done with the tutorial. Probably this one as well, because yeah, it's good to have variations for stuff like that. So yay! So this is what I've got going on. I've also got this other little gear that I have sort of a half-formed idea for. We'll see if I work on that. Mostly working on this. Just trying to get some of this done. Where is my container? I think I'm done with these for this piece. Be interesting. I hope it's not off center like that the whole time. That's one thing about thread tension, is that it just kind of like warps things over to the first side you're working on. Which is sad and unfortunate. But it happens. Okay. Okay. So I have a gold bead in my leafy leaf. Come here, leafy leaf. Gold bead. The sad thing about good designs is that when I catch on that they're a good design, and then like people stop buying it. It's like what happens with my life. So like I intentionally restocked the shape of leaves in order to make more of these things that were already selling fairly well when I could make them. And now they don't sell at all. Wait, that's not true. A little girl got herself one for Christmas recently, so picked one out so that she could have it as her Christmas present, I believe. That seems to be what happened. Her mom got it for her. Okay, so they don't sell as quickly as they used to. That's a more accurate statement. This is a very loose and floppy piece. This is definitely not a beginner level piece. Like, it's simple in its final appearance, but the execution of it is definitely more intermediate to advanced, just because you have to have the practice with the thread tension, because if you don't have the practice with the thread tension and you don't have strong hands to like keep things in place, it would be a mess. It would be an absolute mess. I would never recommend this design to somebody just starting out. That looks fairly straightforward enough, but man, it takes a lot of muscle memory and practice to be able to get this one to work out right. A lot more time consuming than it looks. What is everybody else up to out there? I am, like I said, I'm sleepy. I didn't get enough sleep. Like, I don't have an alarm clock. I wake up when I need to, but man, I don't think I was well rested enough. I went to bed at 4 in the morning. I was watching the last 5 episodes of Buffy, I think. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth staying up for. It wasn't worth finishing. Like, the show just, I don't know, it just got bad after the whole Dawn is a key to another dimension story. Like, that story was fine. That was cool. But like the seasons after that, I like Angel better. Well, now I can go watch the rest of Angel. They're just my fallback TV shows for when I don't have anything else I'm watching at the moment, which I'm not. I'm trying to remember the last place I was watching X-Files. I think it was on Hulu, and now I don't have access to Hulu, so I'm trying to open my tea. It's not working. Yeah, I don't have access to Hulu, so I can't go back and watch X-Files more. Which would be nice, because I never actually followed it all the way through. The first time it was airing. Like, we followed Buffy and Angel a lot of the way through. But like these last couple seasons of Buffy, I don't even remember watching them the first time, and there's a reason for that. They're not good. The first few seasons were great. Not so much this. Like, I don't think Buffy managed the transition to like all serious all the time as well as it thought it did. It's always been the lighter, fluffier of the two shows, and I don't know, just just threw all of its unused ideas at the wall right there in the last season, and just like, dude, so many of these could have been done so much better if they'd just been drawn out, you know? And they weren't. Gotta say, Nathan Fillion's character there at the end was super cool. It could have been a whole season of his own, and he only got like, what, 3-4 episodes max? Like, boo. Oh well, who knows? Who's beeping at me? Stop it, I'm live. I'm sneaky live. You guys don't know it, do you? Give me a sec. 1 sec. I've got to respond to this. Hello, I returned. I have hoodie. Yeah. Turns out a a sorry. Yeah. Turns out a close friend of ours has tested positive for COVID. His boss had it, and they shut the workplace down. And I guess he went and got tested, and yeah, sure enough. So like everything is anxious now. Like this wave is hitting people closer to us for the first time, you know, and the people that are close to us are like vaccinated and cautious or mostly cautious. I don't know exactly everybody's habits, but more than the average here, and they're getting it. So it's like, yeah. So like I canceled my booth participation at the farmers market last Saturday. Yesterday's numbers weren't pretty either. Like, it's just bad all around. Everything's just bad. So, I am angst. I'm trying to stream anyway, because I'm angst. Got other stuff going on in life that has happened recently. That's other different kinds of stressors. So, angst. I'm just gonna hide under this hoodie, and I'm gonna bead some flowers for you on stream. Well, one flower. Maybe two? I don't know. So these always get mop and glued now, because my first ones, you know, the little petals would just twirl around all the time. Like, they were still secure and stable, but like with the mop and glue, it adds a little level of stability. Like, these don't twist as much. You know, they still have a little bit of flexibility and maneuverability in them, but the mop and glue is soaked up into the thread, which glues it a little to the beads. So they're stiffer, and that's good for something that needs it, you know. A lot of beadwork doesn't, but I definitely believe this does. I need to, I don't know. Oops. Yeah, it's really weird beading with long sleeves, but I'm hoping this helps. I also have a blanket on my lap to help with extra cozy weight. Just not been doing my greatest lately, but I'm going through each day one little step at a time. One little task at a time. Hello, Queen Hope Slice. Hello. Yeah, I'm streaming a little early. I was fighting off the feeling of nap time, which is really just like anxious, go hide under a blanket time. So I have a hoodie to help with like the feeling of a weighted blanket. IXO was just like, hey, you, if you're feeling that way, put on a hoodie. And I'm like, what? And he's like, it helps. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And so it seems to be helping. You look so cozy. I'm trying to be cozy. And I don't know if you ever saw this when you ever came over when we were in high school, but this is the blanket my mom made me. It's my baby blanket. It's apples. And so I have my apple blanket. I don't have any stuffed animals close by, but well, if I did, I sure don't remember. It's cute. Yeah. I've always had it. There was another one I had as a kid that my grandma had made that ended up getting used for a lap blanket for my mom, and she destroyed the crap out of that one. So I don't have that one anymore, but I have the quilts my grandma made. So this isn't quite a quilt. It's a blanket. It's fabric that has been folded over. Like yardage that has been folded over, and it's like had quilting done to it to just sew the layers together, but it's not filled with batting. It's edged and it's quilted together, but it's just blanket. So I've had this for as long as I can remember. I don't ever remember being without it. Apple a day keeps the cold away. Well, I'm not cold. I'm just angst. Just ugh. I just want to I want to be a burrito blanket. That's what I want. How are you today, friend? We just got the news that one of our friends has caught COVID. Like one of our, somebody who comes, or before pandemic, used to come over to the house like every week. So like, he's had other issues going on too, which are ongoing, which is why he hasn't come over here. But everything sucks right now. So like, yeah, Ixo's brother had it recently. And our friend just got it recently. And everything sucks. And these are vaccinated, mostly careful people. So it's just Omicron going crazy everywhere. The friend just has a runny nose so far. That's all we've heard. But yeah. So it's just like, I just want to hide. Okay. But yeah. So that's why we've been staying home and just like not going anywhere. Nowhere. Yeah, I haven't done this particular style of attaching these together before, so I'm just kind of making this one up as I go. Oh man, the pearl did migrate to one side over the other. Damn it. That's a disappointment. I was hoping it'd be more centered than that. But yeah. I'm trying to get this back there. I'm like reinforcing this row of leaves, basically. Because they need two, like they need the initial thread path, and then they need a reinforcing row, and then they need mop and glow in order to be structurally stable enough to wear. Because otherwise, all these little leaves, they flop around. But like, the design is so aesthetically awesome and pleasing that it's like, all this extra work. This piece has fewer beads than most that I make, but it takes a lot longer to secure and be super pretty and perfect. Which is fine. It's just, man. What size needle am I using? Am I using the 11s? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to try to pull the sleeves back. But I like the weight of the sleeves, but I can't bead with the weight of the sleeves. This is why I don't like long sleeves, guys, is because it's hard to bead with long sleeves on. But the rest of everything is cozy, so we'll see. also one of those pieces where you have to be very, very careful your tail thread doesn't snag on anything, because this will snag on everything. Everything. It's bad. Oh, cool. I'm waxing my thread because it's a little bit snagging on stuff and fraying, so yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with Ceylon. Gorgeous thread. Looks like Nymo. Does not behave near as well as Nymo, but much prettier than Nymo. I'm watching you. I'm using it because I'm just using up what I have in all the colors that I have, you know, like I'm definitely a proponent for getting rid of things that aren't working for you and replacing it with tools that you know work. But I'm also thrifty, and thread is expensive. Beading thread can get very expensive, and I can manage to patiently work with this one while I work through my backlog of beading threads before I start buying ones I actually love in huge amounts anyway, you know, so I can be patient with it. I will still curse at it a lot, but you know, that's better than not having any blue thread, you know. Oh, whoa, hello. Hi, Potomac. Is this Allie? Was it Allie streaming today? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm Vanishing Pearl. Welcome to my bead box. Would you like to bead, my friend? Hello, Grandma Sugar. Welcome, welcome. How is everybody? Thanks so much for having us. Thank you for raiding. I haven't had a Potomac raid ever, which is amazing. Hello, how was stream? What were you working on? Was it Allie streaming? Hello, hello. Hi, good day. Welcome. Allie raided you. What are you making? I am making, I have a necklace like it. Let me find it. Oh, one sec. Okay. Blanket, go. Sorry. All right, so I am making a pendant with some check pressed vertical drilled beads around a Tim Holtz gear. It's a little drifted off to the side a little bit, but typically my designs, they vary a little bit. They range. I have several that I've recently completed. But yes, hello, welcome. How is everybody in chat today? If I missed what someone says, I'm so sorry. Good day. We have Denise, and we have Donna, Schroeder, and Mommy in Potomac. Hello, Allie. Pretty Canadian. Hello. I think you've been here before. Welcome back. Betty. Welcome in, everybody. Grandma Sugar. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry. Audrey. Hello. Welcome. Ava. Hi there. How you doing? Dusky. This looks very pretty. Thank you. Thank you. But I have this pattern in several colorways. Canadian, hello, welcome. Thank you for the follow. This one just has a gear glued on the front of the other gear. This one has a glass button in the front. And I think this one is not glass, but acrylic button in the front. And I do this design a lot with vertical drilled check pressed glass beads. As far as I can tell, they're new old stock, so I have to order them online, or I have to find them in bead stores, but I'm not located in a part of the country where bead stores are easily accessible to me. And so I'll put them on vintage chains that I thrift. Finished another one last night. Such great colors. I know. Yeah, I bought these. I bought these in bulk. Ta-da! So it's not easy to find them, at least for me. I have very not good luck. But yes, I am a bead artist. I make bead woven jewelry out of all sorts of things, found objects and pearls and crystals and all the things. There's a few others that are waiting to be chained up and clasped up. I'm a procrastinator, so I definitely try to finish those things off. Middle TDC. Send us a message at Potomac Beads as to what you need, and we manufacture quite a few glass in the Czech Republic. I know. Potomac has quite a lot of exclusive products. I have seen and heard. I've lurked in stream quite a lot. I've actually applied. Haven't heard back. Yeah. I want to use Storm Duos for sure. And I know that's a Potomac exclusive. This is one I did last night. It's a synthetic druzy. It's just little acrylic pieces. Some fire polished beads in there. Right angle weave bezel around the guy. And then this one has a button on the back. Wasn't easy to get it in there though. But yeah. So I make lots and lots of beadwork. It is the medium I have worked with since I was 13. The red is stunning. I agree. Very pretty. Love the design. Thank you. It's one of my favorite designs. I don't like repeat a whole lot, but this is one that I will repeat. It's also one that I have to mop and glow for stiffness because they definitely don't hold their own, which is kind of sad. Also have access to all the old molds like these. Do you really like the old Czech press molds, like the flower designs and the leaves? And oh my gosh. Ugh. Oh my gosh. They're really pretty. Thank you, Ava. Thank you. I love the old molds. I really do. But how is everybody today? What are you guys working on if you're working on something along with me? Denise, did you say you emailed but haven't heard back? Yeah, it was a while back. And I have another of the job openings up on my Indeed to apply to, but I'm looking to move. I'm looking to move out of the state I live in because it's exhausting. That's about the easiest way I can put it. Working on the Cheryl bracelet. Ooh, I'm not familiar with this one. Ooh, come on. Oh no. Ooh, more follows. Debbie, thank you. Thank you so much for the follow. And Elise P03, thanks for the follow. Middle TDC, thank you for the follow. Making sure I'm catching up. Grandma Sugar, thank you for the follow as well. If I miss anybody, I'm so sorry. I don't get huge raids like this often, so. Middle TDC is Allie's husband. I figured as much. Nate, is that right? Is that correct? They're co-founders of Potomac. Yes, I am aware. I was watching the New Year's, well, the update on the old year video recently, and you guys accomplished quite a lot last year. Motor, I think she knows. Yeah. It's 8 p.m. here and raining, says Betty. We have been reading until Allie came on. Okay, cool. What were you reading? What kind of books? Thanks for all the follows. Thank you, Dasky. Nathan, okay. I live in North Texas, actually. So north of Dallas and south of Oklahoma City. So very, very red part of the state, which is hard for me personally, but
Yeah, I live in North Texas. I've been here for 14 years. I came here for college and have stayed since. I've been wanting to move, but haven't quite managed to do so yet. Not quite comfortable giving my city away on stream anymore. I had some weirdness happen last week that I had to deal with, so you're welcome to message me though. Grandma Sugar used to live in Grand Prairie, moved to Pennsylvania years ago. Was it a good move? Was it a good call? I've been to Grand Prairie mostly just by driving through it though. Immortel, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Hello. Elise, Wiley, Texas. You are probably in driving range of me. Goodness, Betty. New to Twitch, how do I follow you? It was a modern history book with M15 during the Second World War. I bet you wish you hadn't asked. There should be a follow button right underneath the view window. It's 3 in a row. Who is raiding now? Saren. Hello. Welcome. Another raid. Yeah, this is the time of day where people end their streams, so I ended up streaming a little early, so I didn't expect multiple raids. Hello, Rain! Hello and welcome. How are you doing? Running to shower you with beads and love. Yes. But yes. Tamara, sorry, our customer care team missed any message from you, but feel free to reach out. Oh, sure. Sweet. Let me copy and paste this. Thank you for the sub. Was it QT? Okay, thank you, QT. Boop. Pasting that email so I can have it for later. All right. Let me catch up on chat. Closer to family for Grandma Sugar in Pennsylvania. Okay. Thank you for the raid, Saren, and everybody who came in with Saren. How's you, Immortel? I'm all right. I'm fighting off a nap, but I'm all right. Betty, under the player where you see the video, there's a heart symbol you can click. Thank you, Desky. Yes. Saren sends her love. Yes. I'm not beading at the moment. Beads have been tucked away because we're shifting rooms here. All right, Ava. All right. Sandra, our oldest, will have the computer room for a bedroom, and I'll have my own craft room in the current bedroom. Ooh, fancy. Redecorating and get new furniture and storage things, so it won't be happening tomorrow. Calico Cat, thank you. Welcome in. Welcome in for the first time. Hello. Sandy Lou Who, thanks for first time chat. Hello, how are you? How is your giant library stitch? Because I really want to see like a GIF of all the pictures, you know, from start to finish when that's done. Everyone is here. Yeah, pretty much. I'm making more flower necklaces with my little check pressed leaves. Pearl, this is gorgeous. Thank you, Saren. Saren? Sorry, that was Liz. But Saren will like this one. QT, thanks for the sub. Welcome, Raiders. Stella, pretty. Hello, welcome. Denise, sounds like my top. Oh no. 1 year of VP. Is it really? Did I miss that? Oh my gosh. Thanks for the new follows, guys. Liz, Raiders, make sure to double click Pearl's profile picture if you're on the PC to get rid of the raid tag and so that it counts as an actual view. Thanks you much. Thank you, Liz. QT, there might be a few months missing triangles, but holy moly, 1 year. I'm actually not doing triangles anymore. I got so stressed out that I just quit. There's an announcement in it in like my Discord if you want to go back and read the whys of that, but I'm not doing the sub cycles anymore. Physical rewards are too much for me right now. Waiting on internet to be installed. Oh, Elf, exciting new move stuff. Saren, I hate to do the raid and run thingy, but dogs need me. Lorana needs you. Let's be specific. Be back soon. All right. Huh? Boop, boop. Edit is BK's editing products. All right. Yep, there will be when I finish this, Sandy Lou, who's 75% at the moment and some change. OMG, we need that gift. The leaves. Yes, Prince. Aren't the leaves gorgeous? Like, I have a bunch. I ended up with a couple hundred, I think, at one point. So they'll last me for a while. Yeah, QT haven't kept up with your Discord. It's okay. It's okay. But if you want more information on that, it's gonna be there. If you're on PC, okay. Teresa, hello, welcome to Teresa. Pretty Canadian. My Discord is, thank you, Dusky, right there underneath. Good decision. Take care of yourself. Yeah, the sub-cycles were getting a bit intense, and I was constantly behind on triangles, and rather than stress myself out over it anymore, I decided to stop. Anybody who I owed a cycle to at that point, I messaged, and they'll be getting a ready-made item instead. Yeah, or just told me not to worry about it and to focus on things I like. So, regardless, things are better. I'm making things on stream that I like. I don't feel like I'm obligated to do stuff. Also, I'm trying not to like capture the thread around any of these beads. Oh my gosh, are we having problems? Come on, camera. All right, I'm just gonna scooch it lower. You'll see it next to my head. I'm sorry. It doesn't like me today though, so that's fine. Ava. Okay. Well, I was here already, so. But it makes sense right now, Ava. Got it. Thank you, Canadian. Woohoo! That's fair. Was that the triangles for the kaleidocycles? Yeah. I'm not making them anymore. I really, really wish I could like keep up with old promises, but I can't. Like I know when I'm in over my head, and I was way in over my head. Denise, Ava, I'll catch you later. I'm gonna sign off so I can measure how much data is left. All right, Denise, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming in with the Potomac raid, and for everybody who is still here from that, thanks for sticking around through all the raid chaos. Thank you. Signing out. Bye. See you later, Denise. Have a good day. Okay, take care, dear. Just step away for a second to let the dog out. All right, Desky. I'll bead right here when you're ready. When you're ready. So what I'm doing, guys, is I've already gotten the leaves where I need them, but I am reinforcing each one, because otherwise it ends up just a little bit too floppy. They move around a lot, and we don't want that. Well, not for this design anyway. Some designs are good where movement is fine, but this one, movement is a little bit detrimental, and I'm always, yeah. As much as I love the design, structural stability is more important than saving time. So I spend the extra time to make it extra stiff, and then we're good. Yeah. New tea for Ava. I have tea as well, guys. I have a mango hibiscus in a bottle that I've been drinking. My Aldi has it in stock currently, so it's nice. What thread do you use? I use all the threads. I'm currently using a thread that I don't like. I'm using Ceylon, teal Ceylon. It is not my favorite, but I have lots of it, and I'm stash busting before I start buying more colorful threads, so that I can just get rid of stuff. Yeah. I'd really love to just get rid of them all and buy some like excessive amounts of Nymo on the cone and henna and Ko, which are my favorites. Sono as well. Sorry. But right now, I'm stash busting. Amber says, hi, Pearl. Hi, Amber. I love how beaders' hands move. They look like ballet dancers. Really? Nobody's ever said that to me before, Teresa. Like, I'm kind of thrown off by this statement. Like, I like it. I like the statement. It's a nice compliment. But I guess I understand, yeah. Oh, no. See, I keep getting caught. I'm moving too fast. Keep getting caught. There we are. All right, QT is work was over. Gotta show for the kiddo to dance. Okay, from dance. I'll see you later, maybe, and if not, everybody have a good time, says QT. Desky's back. Good idea. If only I ever used Nymo, because that's what Pearl sent me. Did I send you like a spool? I probably sent you a spool of like black or something, because I don't use black thread anymore. I always use thread that matches the color of the beads I have. Like, I like colorful beadwork. I grew up beading in like the early 2000s where everything was just black and white thread, and like you either had black or you had white, and then like the whole Fireline bandwagon thing happened, and you still only had black or you had white. So like once I dumped Fireline, which that's a whole nother, I just didn't want it in the end. I was like, I want all the colors, dang it. Even though like Sparkle Spot existed at that point and was doing the post-production dyeing, I'm definitely like, I just want the colored Nymos back. And like spool Nymo is definitely better than the little bobbins for sure. That always has been. Grandma Sugar, you should try the new dragon thread for Potomac Beads. That's actually on my list of things to buy when I do finally get around to making a luxury order from them. Is I want the Storm Duos, and I want the dragon thread. And correct me if I'm wrong, but do they have Luna Soft cabs? Because I've never owned a Luna Soft cabs, and I could have sworn that they had some, but it's been a while since I've looked. I think so. Or I'm just making stuff up. I don't know. Desky. Teresa, when I bead, I look like a baby giraffe. Do you mean your head's like all the way down here? Canadian too. Oh no. Do you guys need OT lights? You guys need OT lights. BK, doggos are talkative. You have two? I thought you just had the one. I thought you just had Reina, BK. Prince is back. Hello, welcome, Prince. Dusky, you sent me a spool of white Nymo with a few needles and such to try with those glass tube beads. Oh, yeah. I think I just sent you like a little starter pack of practice beads and stuff. Nymo came in colors. How's the dragon thread? I don't know. I've never tried the dragon thread. You will have to ask. I think Grandma Sugar said recommended it just now. I haven't had a chance to order any, so yeah. Mortel. I've heard Luna cabs are awful. They melt and get sticky. Really? I know they glow under a black light, which is kind of why I want them. But melt? I have not heard this, but I've never owned one, so I don't know. Motorcrafts. I think they have Luna cabs. All right, I'll have to double check at some point. I need to make an order because I want those Storm Duos real bad, man. Like that's the real thing I want the most. Excuse me. Since it's an exclusive, like I definitely want to try out the Storm Duos. They're just so pretty. And like I don't usually like drool after shaped beads often. Like I have a variety of them, but it's like, man, I want that one so bad. Prince, been thinking about it since my sports store don't want to carry Fireline. Yeah, no, I haven't seen Fireline in stores in a long time. I think they realized they were making bank with the beaters, and so up with the higher price hike that beaters pay for Fireline. So they seem to have either pulled out of a lot of stores, or maybe it wasn't as popular a fishing line for fishing than that as it could have been. I don't know. But I always bought mine I always bought mine from Walmart and like Bass Pro Shops when I was near a Bass Pro Shop. So I got tired of the black pinkies. I had several batches in a row there for a while where they were just fragile. Either that or the friend whose piece I kept repairing with Fireline was just so clumsy.
but the last time I repaired her piece, it was with Nymo. I got tired of it, and she never brought it back to me after that, but don't know. Guess it was technically a bobbin. Yeah, it's a bobbin. I'm using right now. The dragon thread, you like it? What do you like about it? Tell us about the thread. We need to know. I like all threads. I like experimenting with all threads. So, like, I'll run you guys through what I have right now. I have the Ceylon in a crap load of colors because I bought a sample pack. I keep them in the plastic bag because they unravel and tangle pretty well. Yeah, here is my box of small bobbins and spools. This is how I organize my thread. Here, let's zoom out. So all the ones in bags are gonna be the Ceylon, all the colors except this one. This is a Nymo that doesn't have the outer paper thing for some reason. I usually use size D Nymo. I'm not sure what this one is. I got it at my baby's first bead store in Nashville when I went back to visit. I absolutely adore Sono, and this is the last of what I have right now. It has nice bounce and is very good in areas with high tension, which means they're great for kaleidocycle assembly. Fantastic for kaleidocycle assembly. Yeah, let me catch up on chat. Problem is I really don't want to pay $8 to $10 extra for repackaging for women. Yeah. Repackaging for women. That's what Fireline is. And that's a big part of the reason I don't use it anymore, because it's like, dude's gonna pay $13 a spool, but women gotta pay $25. Like, no. So, buy it. If you're gonna buy it at a sporting goods store. If they even sell them anymore. It's been so long, I haven't used it in a long time. I have Nanofill, which I haven't tried yet, but I do have a spool of Nanofill. Teresa. Using it on a Peyote project. I'm liking the dragon thread so far. I will let you all know when I'm done. Ooh, yes, please. We are curious. Because that's one of those things I do like about Potomac, is that they like look at the needs of the audience and they're like, yeah, we're going to make that for you. I'm like, cool. Cool. Prince, no fishers like it. They said it was pandemic related. Oh, fishers don't like it? See, I wouldn't know. I don't actually fish. I've never gone. I don't know any fishers. But yeah, Immortelle I know loves Nanofill. Is that your go-to? I think it's your go-to. Betty's asking Grandma Sugar if she finds the dragon thread stronger than thread. Grandma Sugar, you can go through the beads several times. 2 weights, several colors, more to come. Sweet. It's the more colors that gets me. Like, that's what I'm gonna do is that's what's gonna make me buy a thread over anything else is color. Not gonna lie. The brighter the better. Prince, I tried KO and I liked it, but it's more, I'm not losing the train of the sentence. More for something smaller, 15. Oh, wait, what? I currently have KO. My favorite color is actually the gold. I just restocked these, so they still have their still plastic packets on the outside, so I haven't used them yet. But this is my favorite color of KO. It's actually the only one I order because I can get like all the other colors they offer in other threads. I like KO, but I like Sono better. Use Nymo on the fringe of my ornaments, which makes sense. Especially if it's twisted fringe. You definitely need Nymo. I haven't done twisted fringe in years. Betty, but everything is being blamed on the pandemic, or because in Britain we left the EU. Everything is being blamed on everything else. Nobody's taking accountability for themselves. That's what's happening. Prince, I don't think the repackaging is right either. I don't like it. I don't like it. Fringe. Oh, fringe 15s. Okay. Desky, I always felt like Fireline was overhyped when I did more fishing. I think Fireline has probably just done a really great job marketing itself in both industries, honestly. Like, it's not my favorite. I got tired of the black pinkies. I have no black pinkies. Look. I also have like cracked enamel on my teeth from before I started using pliers to flatten the ends for the needles. So that's fun. That's actually, yeah, not good. I do have like cracked enamel on this tooth. I think it's this tooth. I don't remember. But yeah, so I have also henna.
I need to reorder the pink. The pink was like my favorite. Henna's really bouncy. It's way bouncier than Nymo. So like there's a lot of give and resistance here. But yes. I do need to try Dragon soon. I've never tried it yet. And I know it's brand new on the market, so that's why. But I love Henna and Sono the most. 1G I wanted to really like. Like, it's fine. But it frays and knots in surprising ways. Come on. 1G and, like, the Miyuki thread, I actually find to be very similar. They just, like, surprise there's a knot on you when you're, like, least expecting it. Like, it's not fraying. It's not doing anything weird. You look away for 2 seconds and there's a knot. It's just like... So this is probably the last 1G spool I'm going to own. It's a little yellow one. This is Fancy Glass Beads. I got this with my XYZ order when I got the check press sleeves. I got these at the same time. It's all right. Like, it frays weird. It doesn't knot on you like in surprise moments or anything, but you do have to watch out that it doesn't like wear away. Like, it frays about the same as like bobbin Nymo, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, there's all my Ceylons. Ceylon is a mess. Ceylon's a mess. I will never order Ceylon again. Like, I can be patient enough with what I have while I wait for finances for better threads. But Ceylon is a mess. And then I keep all my threads on little bobbins. This is the last of my pink henna. But the color and the brand that it is. I didn't like the Miyuki Gold. I won't order it again. Pink henna, I will order again. I will order all the colors in henna. For sure. And then I have another thread box. This turned into a thread debate. It's always the great thread debate when it comes to beads. Got some Wildfire. It is a lot thicker, but it's really good for use with crystals. If you're scared your crystals are going to cut your thread, or if you're scared silky beads are going to cut your thread. And silky beads are going to be these little shiny ones in here. This was made with spider wire, which is another fishing line. Spider wire and silky beads did not go together very well, which is why I've mop and glued this piece. Bye, Canadian. See you later, maybe. Thanks for coming in. PK. Need to let dog go inside. Grandma Sugar. Allie did a test with the thread before they decided to produce. She made a peyote bracelet and wore it for months to check the durability. Awesome. Dude, like, product quality testing is amazing. I'm hyped. I'm super excited. I have other threads, so one second. I had trouble with fraying with that one. Which one, Prince? Was it the Miyuki Gold? The Miyuki Gold and the KO Gold are the same color, but I like the Miyuki better. Okay. Move. And these are my other threads. These are my Nymo spools. I have blue and red, and then I have an off-white back there, but it's covered in bangles, so I'm not getting it out. So I have 3 Nymo spools. I want one of each. I wish they'd make more colors, but they don't make more colors, which is silly. Because I just want thread in bulk. That's really what I want, is like the 3-ounce spools. This will last me years. I will pay $30 for that. I don't want to have to pay every single time and then keep running out of thread, but that's all right. That's whatever. Betty, did you use spider lawn thread? It's fantastic. It has nylon through and it just never frays. Loads of colors. Ooh. I don't think so. I don't think I have. No. Great info, but I gotta go. All right, Grandma Sugar. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for saying hello. Thanks for recommending the dragon thread. I'm definitely giving it a go. I know that it's been well tested, so I'm very excited to try it out. I like the Tex 18 Ceylon for macrame, but not so good for straight out beading. Yeah. I don't remember what this one is. Obviously not macrame. The macrame one I have is this one. This is a Ceylon, which is one of the Tex cordings. It's still a little thin for me for my liking as far as macrame goes. I think I'd go with a cord that's at least 2 millimeters in diameter. My macrame piece is hidden in the whip pile of doom. The G thread phrase, the 1G, yes, had no problem with the KO. Yeah, I prefer KO over 1G any day. I don't think I'll be buying 1G anymore, at least for me. Amber told me it's not fair that she can't have candy whenever she wants like us. My response was, I'm an adult. Which means when she's an adult, she's just going to have cereal for breakfast every day. That's what happens. Dusky Amber, if I had candy every time I wanted it, I would be way too big to fit through doorways. I like savory foods now. I just want chips every time I want it, you know? But that means going to the grocery store where there's people, and I think I'll pass. Well, she still says it's not fair. I macrame. Yeah, you do, Prince. Yeah, you do. Betty, I've really enjoyed being in your company, but visitors have arrived, so need to go. I'll watch you in the future for sure. I'm live every Tuesday at 2 p.m., so this time, every week, for sure. And while COVID is spiking, I'm also live on Saturdays. That's probably more of a morning stream. So Tuesday and Saturday for now, but Tuesdays all the time for sure. Thanks for stopping by, Betty. Toodles. Yes. My other threads. These are my other threads. Silamide is nice to bead with, but it's a nightmare to thread on your needle because it splits on the end. Look at that. Look at that split. It's just constant, like, thread waxing or licking the thread, and it's a nightmare. And if you have to unthread and rethread, it's ugh. That and the needle frays the end where it sits on the thread. But silamide is great for warping on a loom. I prefer everything else for warping on a loom these days. I've spoiled myself with upholstery threads. So these are my loom warps is all the upholstery threads I have in here. You know, but I'll get silamide out if I'm desperate, so, or need that specific color. I have a bead crochet thread. I actually quite liked this. I don't like the Miyuki beading thread, but I think the Miyuki bead crochet thread is fantastic. Like, I used to use upholstery threads, and I still do on occasion, for bead crochet. But this stuff is a dream. Like, I hate bead crochet, and I still hate bead crochet. But this stuff makes it less hateable. So much less hateable. Then I have a silicone, which is also great for warp threads. It's a little bit thicker than I need for warp threads, especially if I'm using size 11s, but I use thicker cords for warps. It just gives sturdiness to my loomed bracelets. And then my almost untouched nanofill. It's mostly, I haven't used it because it doesn't fit in the other box, which is the one I have on hand all the time. This one I have to go get up and get. So maybe I'll set that aside and actually use it for once. I have not tried it. I have no opinions other than it's, you know, made by Berkeley, the same people as Fireline. So I fear it may be overhyped. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know just yet. But I'll leave it out so I remember it exists. That's a good call. Leave it out. Remember it exists. Get up there. Oh, now I'm warm. I gotta take the hoodie off. There we go. Okay, I'm back. Welcome. Hi. Hello, everybody. I talked about thread for a long time. I'm sorry if you weren't expecting that. Prince also likes using upholstery threads for some stuff. I liked all of them except for one. One of them, gosh, where did I get that? I think I got it at like Walmart. I don't know. There was this mustard yellow one that I had that was gorgeous that just kept snapping on me in pieces that I made and in pieces I made for myself, and like it even snapped in a piece I made for a customer, and I offered to remake her bracelet, and I bought a different brand of thread to remake her bracelet with, and it worked out so much better. So like I've only had one dud for upholstery thread, and I don't know what it was or why it did it that one time, but it did. But it did. All right, so working. All right. Immortelle, man, it's gonna be super thin. Never use 4-pound nanofill. Yeah, it'll probably go through 15s. Great. This is the one that there was when I went to go buy some. So that's what I ended up with. But yeah. And then like I've never seen nanofill or Fireline in stores since. So 4-pound is like 2-pound Fireline. Nice. Because I've only ever worked with like 6-pound Fireline because that's the thinnest I could ever find. Yeah, I know that there's like a conversion difference there. But how have you been, Immortelle? Long time no see, actually. Honey, the 8-pound nanofill will go through 15s. Fair. Some of my beadwork gets like really ridiculous in its thread passes though, so I gotta be careful. For example, these are Toho 15s, and they still don't want to let my needle pass, and it's a size 11 needle. Come on. Be careful. I'm also, like, distracted with chat, so I'm not being as careful as I could be. Am I done going around yet? Almost. I think I'm almost there. It's the reinforcing that like takes forever. Look at this fraying, look at this nonsense that this thread is doing. Let's actually zoom back in, shall we? There we go. Yeah. Desky, I've learned that splicing thread is the devil. Yes. Especially if you're looming. Immortelle, I'm doing okay. I have a head cold and it's annoying. No. Please be safe. Please get tested if you can. Don't ever assume anything's a cold anymore these days, but please be safe. Desky, most because I've taken apart everything I've made because of thread splicing. Yeah, you have to unthread, and you have to rethread, and you have to backtrack, and yeah. All that jazz. Ooh. Nope. This one has a lot more like gold than just the detailing. I think it's funny. Ah, aha. I already have been. I'm negative. Oh, good. Then I'm glad it's just a cold. Good. Desk, yeah, I haven't really been making things so much as practicing stitches, so I wanted to take them apart to reuse the beads. Oh, yeah, you can do that. But you're finding that you spliced thread a lot? Don't worry about salvaging the thread. Like, most of the time, once it's used, it's used. Like,
You just got to be really careful in the unstitching your work and trying to keep the thread usable. Like, I used to be super, super precious about thread. I gave up. I gave up a long time ago. Now I'm just like, eh. If it looks like a level of frayed that I don't want to deal with, I just don't deal with it. And it goes in my art jar, and it looks like pretty sand art, but thread. Look. Here's my art jar. It's got ribbon at the top from a Christmas present, so. And then denim scraps from the jeans that I used to back the scissor case, and then like something from last Christmas, and a hair tie that broke, and a bunch of dead needles. I broke so many needles this year. Like, look, there's also a bunch of wire bits, but there's several dead needles in here. My tulips finally gave out almost all at the same time. All my 11s gave out at the same time. And I think I need size 10s, actually. Oh, good. I got all the way around. I can just weave my thread through if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky. It's not gonna like me, is it? Mm-mm. Come on. Haha. Like I said, these are Tohos, and I've got a lot of thread passes, and it's not liking me today. Teresa, it looks like thread heaven. It is. I still have mine. Yes, I do. I have 2 thread heaven. I feel so rich. I have 2. They were gifted me by a viewer a while back. I also have Thread Magic, but it's in my like portable kit that I take to craft shows and stuff. So that one gets used when I'm outside the house, which might be another few weeks or a month at this point before I can go back out. But yeah, it is thread heaven. I have 2. I feel so lucky for it being discontinued and such. Nice eye. I love mine. It took me like 6 years to get through my first one. So I think I'll have these for another decade or more. Oh yeah, I've just been cutting that stuff up. I found I was splicing with brick stitch when I was turning. Oh no! Yeah, the easiest way to deconstruct any piece of beadwork, feed it to the Reginalds. Give them a good meal. Feed it to the Reginalds. And then just like, don't worry about salvaging thread. Teresa, you love yours. I love mine too. I love mine so much. Back. Isn't Thread Heaven available anymore? No. Thread Heaven is a discontinued item. I meant to keep mine out. I need that stuff. Actually use it now. Thread Heaven's been discontinued for several years now. Like maybe 3 or 4. But Thread Magic seems to be the exact same product. Like, there's a slight difference in texture, but they seem to work just the same. So Thread Magic is a product that is still available, and you can purchase that. Yeah, the Thread Heaven is not. The little blue box is not. The other one's over there, and I'm not going to grab it now. I've gotten up too much. Desky. There's a product made by the same people that does the same thing, but it isn't Thread Heaven. Yeah, Thread Magic. I don't know what happened there or why it's different now, but it is. You can get beeswax for threads. I don't like the texture of beeswax. I like hate it. It just like makes me go, ugh. No thanks. So beeswax is a no-go for me. I've just been using an embroidery floss beeswax I have. Yeah, and that works. It does the same thing. I don't like the texture of the beeswax for thread. I'm done. Like, this is fine. It's getting mop and glued anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I'm gonna cut these threads.
And I have a little bit of flyaway. I don't know that it's showing up on camera, but and I don't own a thread burner, so you just light things on fire on stream. It's fine. I also don't have a lighter anymore. My lighter ran out. Okay, thanks. Beeswax seems to clog my needle head. Yeah, that too. That too. And the Thread Heaven and the Thread Magic, they don't clog the needle. Kind of run it through a napkin after the wax. That would work. I'm never that smart. But I think I got all the flyaways. Just set things on fire. It's fine. This one's just going to be a front-facing piece. It is what it is. Didn't do the best job on this, but that's okay. See, and this piece is sturdy enough, but I'm still going to mop and glue it. Oh, dang. I didn't put a jump ring in this before I mop and glued it. Damn it. Might still be okay, though. The silver? Let's see. Those are Toho, so I might have lucked out. This one, I'm not so sure. Yeah, Prince, I use lighters too. Yeah. I finally figured out that you can use a lighter to seal the ends of soutache ribbon before you work with it, because my gosh, does that stuff fray so bad. So bad. Alright, let's see if I can manage after the fact to get a jump ring through this. I'm lucky I haven't clogged any holes. I don't have a bead reamer. I don't actually own one, guys. Is that weird, or is that just me? I own 0 bead reamers. Aha! Okay. Thank goodness it's a Toho! Okay. I was worried there for a sec. Okay. So that one's fine. The reason I'm like, oh no, is because a lot of times if you mop and glow something and then try to put a jump ring through it later, the hole is clogged, and like, fat chance of that ever happening. So I honestly think this jump ring is not gonna cut it. It's way too thick. So I'm gonna get a copper one, because some of my copper ones are actually much thinner. That, and I think I was gonna do a lot of copper accents on the chain anyway. Well, no, I don't know what I'm doing. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing. So very bad. Yes. So if you ever work with soutache again, just set a lighter to the ends and they'll melt, and you'll be so much easier off, so much better off. Work with glass, pearl, and shells, so I do have a reamer. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, if you worked with pearls a lot, I suppose you'd have to. I almost bought a pearl reamer the last time I bought beads, but decided against it and went for glow beads instead. I just want one hole. Okay. Oh, we're not focusing on you. Magic. It's gone. It gone. I don't know where it went. I'm not gonna go searching for it. I'll probably step on it later. Unless maybe, like, I can get one of these to fit. My random assortment of random jump rings.
That one might fit. It matches closer color anyway. I don't have many antiqued gold jump rings left anymore. I guess I haven't taken apart enough vintage chains recently. Prince, I've seen people using wire guards in beadwork, and I want to try that. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I might have to make my own, because the holes on these beads are not going to allow for any jump ring, I don't think. So that's unfortunate. But what I can do is I have French wire. Oh, I haven't even used. Did I use up all the other blue one? I guess so when I did the Phoenix. I marry you. Not just close enough in color. I can be happy with that. Yeah, the ends look more finished rather than using a loop of beads. Oh, yeah, no, I don't use the loop of beads anymore. I go for jump rings. The loop of beads looks a little less clean. Like you have this gorgeous, beautiful thing, and then you have this raggedy loop of beads, and it's like, no. So wire guards are great, and I use French wire. I make my own. There is the end of this. Because there's a seam right here where it's like put together. I separate it out a bit first. Snip that weird end off. And like right about there. Down the jar. Oh. Just get my needle through twice. I'll be good. Come on. Tie a knot and try not to get it caught in the coil itself, but like between the bead and the coil. That was so illustrative. So nice of me. Yeah, I guess I could have cut it a little longer, but good enough. Prince, I make buttons, and it was a great idea to use them as shanks. Looks sturdier. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense too. Oh yeah, wire guards for button shanks. Yeah, that would do it. Hee hee.
Makes sense, yeah. Yeah. Is that just coils? Yeah, it's just French wire. Bouillon. No, different sizes. So this one's like 0.75 millimeter in diameter. This one's like 1.25, 1.3 maybe. I don't remember. This got given to me. It's just weird looking. I just put it in here. It looks like itty bitty tiny Viking knit. That's actually what it is. It's a very, very, very tiny tube of Viking knit. So I don't know how it was made or who made it. But it's so thin. A Viking knit tube. I think it's cool. Haven't had a chance to use it yet. But yeah, all sorts of little bitty French wires. The pink one and the green one, they glow under a black light. Sometimes metal glows, which is interesting every time you find that out. Like Trogdor's feet glow, and his the wire in his wings glow, and I'm like, I didn't expect this. They glow orange and they're purple. That knitted, it can't. I can make that. Sweet. Yes. I've seen Viking knit before. You have to have a special tool to make it. No, you don't. You have to have a pencil. And even then. I do have the Lazy Daisy knitting Viking knit tool because it does make life easier. There was a point years and years and years back where I tried to do it without it, and I had a hard time. But you can Viking knit around cabochons. You can Viking knit like lots of stuff. It's actually one of the wire weaves I do enjoy. But I do have the tool. Stephanie Eddy's wire knit tool. Here. It's in this yellow foam pouch. I use a dowel. You can use a dowel. You can use a pencil. You can use the tool. It makes life easier because it's the removable top, and like you have the sides like you do on a pencil. So like there's no, like it's the same thing, guys. It's a pencil. It's a plastic pencil with holes in it in weird places. So you could drill a hole in a pencil. And you can make the tops the way you see in instructions in like the old magazines and stuff. But you don't need the special tool to make it. It's a little handy. You know, it even looks like a pencil at the bottom. Like, the draw plate is the part that, you know, you'd have to make a draw plate at home. But you could use a pencil. Mortel. Yeah, I used to Viking knit to make Pandora-style bracelets with my paper beads. Oh, neat. Well, that's fun. Clever. Yeah, I like Viking knit. It takes a million years. The biggest project I ever made with it is somewhere in this room. Where are you hiding, project? Maybe it's up there? Oh, it's over here. Like, where did I put this thing? It's the roller coaster. I made a beaded roller coaster. Ta-da! Oh, jeez. It's on display, so I can't get to it easily. Goodbye, cork. Goodbye forever. Damn it. Ta-da! So this is Viking knit. I did copper over a core, and then I did what was silver. It's now turned that goldy tarnish that silver does when it's not true silver. The beads move. Like in a kid's waiting room in a doctor's office. This one doesn't move so great. This is all stuff from Art Beads. Beadwork magazine had contacted me to make a reader submission piece back when LaVon Peters was she wasn't editor, but she was like pretty high up there. But she was proactive in getting new artists in, which was super cool, and I got to work with her for a little bit. And so I got to do a reader challenge Like that came out of nowhere, so I was like contacted to do that. I'm like, heck yeah. And so that was actually the very first time I ever had any beads from Art Beads. That was super cool. Where'd my cork go? It's gone. Goodbye forever. I guess I'll go looking for it eventually. But yeah, so that's the biggest piece I ever made with Viking knit, and I did use this tool, and it's a very peaceful stitch once you finally get the hang of it. You know, when your wires are in that sweet spot of like just within arm's reach, but not so much longer that everything just like knots up on itself. Okay. The way I seen it done is you have to put it through several different size holes. Yeah, that would be the draw plate. So you can make a draw plate with a piece of wood and a few different drill bits at home. And it's not necessary, but it's nice. Special tool is a draw plate. Okay. Use a drill and a piece of wood for a draw plate. Yeah, see? If you even have a drill and scrap wood lying around, though, like not everybody does. Super cool. Wow, how fun. I use Kumihimo too. Fun with wire. Yes. I haven't done Kumihimo yet. I did end up buying foam discs. And every time I get to the end of a Ceylon, it's like I don't even keep the thread because it's so frayed. So that always goes in the orchard. Yeah, I have the foam discs for Kumihimo. I just haven't gotten around to actually making a piece with it. If I think it would work with one of my like current put a chain on it pieces, then I would do that. But nah, not so much. There we are. We have a little tiny French wire loop. It's not symmetrical for whatever reason, but I'm not going to worry about it. Nobody's really going to care. The whole piece isn't symmetrical. Like, look at that. Look how far it drifted because I was too tight in my first stitches. It's alright. Just being finished rather than perfect is more important here. I am going to get out yogurt lid, and my mop and glow is already here because I was using it last night. So I'm just gonna brush it. Prints. Most of the Kumihimo I use crochet thread 10. That makes sense. That makes lots of sense, actually. So what I'm doing is I'm just brushing a light layer of Mop and Glow. You can use whatever floor wax you have. This will stiffen your beadwork. Super great. It dries clear. And it stays for ages and ages and ages. Doesn't ever 100% go away, but it does lose its grip eventually. To some extent, small extent. Do that here too. Basically, the thread inside the beads is just soaking up the Mop and Glow, and it's stiffening in place. I leave it to dry overnight, so this piece is not being finished today. I just make sure I coat the threads really well. It doesn't leave a colored or tarnished residue on your beads. Like I said, it dries clear. It works just fine. And so instead of bits that move around, what you have instead, Mop and Glowed this one last night, get out of the way, is bits that are way more sturdy in place, so they're not shifting constantly. There's still a little bit of give, there's still a little bit of movement, but not near as much as there used to be. Which means it's actually wearable instead of something you have to worry about. What are you doing?
Mop and Glow. Oh, wait. There's no label anymore. It was the smallest one I could find. I've had this for like a decade. Like, whatever. Floor wax? Really? How'd you come up with that? I did not. I got it from Jeanette Cook in her Peyote Stitch Masterclass book from like 2000. Oh. Let me look up when that book was published. She used Future Floor Wax, which was very common for stiffening beadwork at the time. Jeanette Cook. She was the first beader I ever met. Because I took a workshop from her when she was in Nashville at one point. Because my awesome local bead store owner was like, I want you to have the opportunity to meet this person, and I will charge you half price for the class, which means she didn't take her cut out at all. It was a gift. And I just paid for the instructor's portion of the class. Beading with Peyote Stitch by Jeanette Cook. This book. I learned so much from this book. Why does it cost $71? What the heck? Amazon, you're drunk. Go home. Anyway. Is it hyperallergenic? Hypoallergenic? It's a good question. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. I don't think it's in print anymore. That's probably why. Yeah, it's very likely. I haven't had a copy in a long time. I don't know what happened to mine. Maybe my mom still has it, because a lot of my beading stuff didn't actually make it with me to Texas, so... yeah. It's just one of those things. You use floor wax to stiffen your beadwork, kind of like you use a fishing line to bead with, like beaders are super resourceful and come up with weird stuff all the time. So this is where I learned it from. I don't know where she learned it from, but it's something Jeanette Cook has been doing for like eons. And just something I had remembered from that book, like, years later, when I didn't have it anymore for some reason. And I needed to stiffen beadwork, and it works like a dream. Like, I have a piece of loom work that I made that I use as a bookmark because it's stiff enough to keep its shape. Like, it's super cool. I know how you feel. A lot of my stuff's still at the other house. It's okay. Like, last time I visited my mom, she gave me this tub. This small little... Is it this? This came from my mom's house initially. But yeah, this was filled, and a couple other things of, like, my old beadwork. Just my old beadwork. It's just like... I thought I had this. I thought I brought this with me, and no, it was at home the whole time. Prince, I've been around for a while. I'm surprised I never heard of it. That is the only place I have ever seen it, And as long as, like, there's another thing. As long as Sharon Bateman's book, The New Looming, has been around, I'm so surprised that people don't warp weave the way that she does. I do, because I came to it just from half-remembered blog post about somebody talking about that book. But Sharon Bateman's warp weaving in her loom workbook, nobody talks about it. Like, nobody. It also doesn't get talked about? Making a practice stump for bead crochet to make it easier to start to bead crochet. I found that in some old issues of
Oh, what magazine was it? Was it Beadwork or Bead and Button? Bead and Button. In August and October of 2018. There's a method for starting off bead crochet that looks just magical. And it's written as if it's like common knowledge. Like, it is not common knowledge. I have looked high and low for something like that, and it's just not there. You know, right around the same time as Peyote with the twist was coming out, you know, Easy Bead Crochet start or stump was employed. You know, and the same issue has a loomwork project that just everybody just assumes you're gonna do with what you want with the warp threads, and they don't like really talk about it. It's so silly. I knew that one. Had to figure it out myself. The starter stump for bead crochet. I never knew about it. Or you knew about the yeah. I just found out about it like last week or the week before. I was sorting through old projects I'd kept, you know, and old magazines that I'd kept, and I was like, what? How did I never notice this before? So I really actually want to kind of try it. So this I'm going to put on the side table over there. Gotta go, Tama. Love you, Kelly. Bye. Miss you so much. All the virtual hugs, because real ones are impossible so far apart. See you later. Okay, I need to go put this over there, and I need to rinse off the brush immediately, or the bristles themselves will stiffen. So if you don't rinse it off right away, you're kind of ruined a brush. So I'll bead right back, get up and stretch, and ad break, and like grab a snack, all that jazz. And I will see you in just a little moment. Got one of them vintage crochet snake patterns. Going to try it sooner or later. Oh, cool. Alright, but I'll be right back. I need to take care of this before it dries. Or starts drying. It takes forever to dry, but like I do it right away anyway. See you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. I had a bit of a snack.
Also just, I scarfed it, so I'm just trying to breathe and like not. Back to, okay. Desky with all the emotes. Hello, welcome. First part of stream was a wild ride, my goodness. Oh boy. Okay, I think I can put some of these seed beads over here away though. Oh, and I mix them up. Go figure. I didn't have like my palette out last night, so I was just on like the little bead mat. So now they're getting mixed up. So how is everybody? Post 3 raids in a row was a bit intense. You know, I wasn't even sure I was ready to stream today, but 3 raids in a row is a bit intense. Whew. So I feel like I did a lot of talking and not actually paying attention to what I was talking about. Or what I was beading half the time either. That piece is very sideways. I'm putting beads away, and then I'm going to get out the chains for this one at least. And just put some chains on stuff for the rest of the stream. Just what my stream is titled today. Put a chain on it. Do you have a thing? Are you tempted to go all the way up the neck with beadwork and just elaborate ropes and stuff? No, put a chain on it. Put a chain on it. Were there 50? I didn't even look at the view count because I was overwhelmed. Like, I see 22 right now, but got lots of new follows. Lots of new people to say hi to. Lots of new baiters. Like, I have never been rated by Potomac before, so that was the first. That was cool. It was a lot. If you like it, then you should put a chain on it. If you like it, put a chain on it. And then now I have like the Kirby music version of the Beyonce like video stuck in my head. Just that's what I'm imagining right now. So disassembling and reassembling. That's the goal here. Diamondback braid, great for fast cords. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I did a slow cord. Oh, Prince, did you want to see how the macrame piece turned out? Like, I can do a re-show and tell of all the things I finished lately. Well, I'm thinking about it. Except I have immediately tangled the whole pile. Give me a second. That is the one thing with putting a chain on things, is chains tangle so easily. So easily. It's scary. Okay. Let's get these findings out of the way. And put that just over there somewhere. Yes! Yes, look it! So much. It's long. It's the whole 30 inches. So, I finished it! With all the little transition bits from pink to blue along the way. And then I just did 10 and 12 seed beads of each stuck here in the middle of the thing. I wasn't going for super fantastic finish, just a finish. So I just tied off the ends right here. I would have done it behind the neck somewhere if I had remembered to like put this on in the middle of the piece, but I didn't. So great, yeah. So it goes over my head. And it hangs. I'm doing hair out of the way. Hangs right under my chest. So we're like right here. Boop. It is what it is. It's cool. It glows under black light. It glows up very brightly under black light. So like this screen is just boing, and the pink glows very, very orange, which is nice. Super cool. So I finished that guy. And then last night I finished, I really love these guys, these earrings. These also glow under a black light. Nice. Yes, Desky. Instead of Flava Flav's alarm clock necklace chain, it's Bead's bead circle. Yes. Bead. So I've had these like just sitting in my box forever. I used to have another round element as part of these earrings the first time around. But the hook and the round elements got bought, and I took the jump rings off the bottom here and put those aside. And so now I've rebeaded circular elements again, which also glow. So this orange and this orange glow under black light. Ooh, nice brick rounds. Yeah, it's brick and then it's picots with just filling in the gaps. Gee, I love that round element. This round element. Those would be cute on their own as a bear. Yes. Wait, are you mocking what happened, or are you like, I don't know what's going on? But that's exactly what happened the first time. It's, oh, I don't want the bottom part. Let me just have the top. I'm honest. So just those on their own as a pair of earrings. They're great how they are. But I like the tops a lot too. Yeah. Am I just cursed to come up with the same result over and over every time? Prince, I love making beaded beads. Ooh. I don't naturally tend towards beaded beads, but they are fun to do. I will say that. So I tend to, if I make them, I tend to be following somebody's instructions. And then I have a tangle of necklaces here because I tried to get the one on the bottom out earlier. That's okay. I probably prefer the tops just because I don't like super dangle earrings. Yeah, that's true. There are people that do like super dangle earrings, and I haven't sold to them much because I don't make super dangle earrings often. Sorry, I was looking at something over there, which is kind of concerning. Weird. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people love super dangles. Yeah. And a lot of people, those people don't buy from me because I mostly make small ones. Big ones are hard. The more work there is, the more you have to charge, and the less people are willing to pay for big earrings. So, is that one Craw? No, this is Chenille Stitch, actually. It is a beaded bead, so I do make beaded beads sometimes. It's a beaded bead done with O beads and some janky ass bicones, which I've destashed since, I think. Ooh, I like that stitch too. Yeah. So this is Chenille Stitch, where the O beads are the netting part and the bicones are the up bead part, if that makes sense. Janky has bicones, trademark. TM. Anyway, like this was a component. What I had originally planned to do was make several of these and make it a station chain necklace lariat thing, just a big station necklace, like lots and lots of these. And then it just never happened. I don't know, because I remember this also glows because the thread inside is white that glows. Yeah, so that's cool. But I remember when I was making it that it took me a long time because the thread kept snapping. I'm like, what thread was that? That would have been Sono. Like, what snaps Sono? Like, seriously. Janky ass bicones, apparently. So I was mad at it and I put it aside. And I meant to come back to it and I never finished the whole big piece. And last night when I got it out, I was like, oh, you know what? I could probably make a second one and it could be earrings, you know? And then I realized two things. I realized I didn't have the same thread that I used in this one. Because if one glows and the other doesn't, that's kind of lame. And I also didn't have the janky ass bicones anymore. So I'm like, okay, necklace it is. And so I just made a pendant and I put it on the silver snake chain that I've just purchased at Walmart with another little drop at the end. A crystal drop. And done. Prints. I made chenille stitch tubes separated by pearls on stretch cord. It was nice. Ooh, that sounds nice. That sounds just like a very nice bracelet. Yeah, bicones can be sharp. Exactly, which is why you need to use wildfire when you're stitching with them. Mostly I've never used bicones because they've just never been in my budget. Like any brand, really. And I'm just drawn to seed beads more. Like I have shaped beads sometimes, and these are shaped beads. So these ones aren't for sale yet because I'm finishing the tutorial for this guy, the YouTube tutorial. And this will be the variation example. Even though this one came first. And there was another one before either of these two that came first. So, jewelry findings are crazy. I was trying to find some head pins and there were like 600 types. There's so many. And sometimes you can't even find them in the right color of metal. You give me a sec, maybe I can find the pic. I love that it's double-sided. Yes, I love making reversible stuff. This one was accidentally reversible. I made this, the first one of these, when I was in the zone. So it's like my hands were just like beading and I was watching TV. Like that's what happens half the time when I'm beading at night is my hands are beading, but I'm watching TV. Or listening to TV while I bead is more accurate. But yeah, there's a little button to fill in. It's concave inside of here where the button is. So it's like this little well that it sits in. And then this area on the back that covers up the shank of the button. It's super cool. So I have the footage done. I filmed this one on that webcam, so it's not gonna be as nice and pretty as the Canon, but I filmed it around my birthday, which is when I bought the Canon for myself. So yes. BK, go make dinner. Enjoy. See you later. But yeah, I love that it's double-sided too. It's super nice. It's super cool. I love vintage buttons anyway. See you around. See you around. So yeah, those are the things I finished last night. And then I have this guy and the one I was working on earlier. And this one's reversible. This one's double-sided. So it's got the fake druzy in the front that's bezeled with right angle weave because if Peyote stitch is king, right angle weave is queen. But right angle weave is boss as well. I really got to finish going through my photos. I've been saying that for so long, and I added more photos to go through yesterday. So, yeah, so it's right angle weave bezel. It's the same on both sides of the bezel, and then it's accented with some sort of 3mm rounds. Like these are fire polished something or another's. I've had them forever, and I'm just now finishing getting through, maybe almost being done with them. Like I said, I don't do a lot of crystal beads. I just haven't. But then there's the leaf beads attached to the gear, the same way I attach them to all gears. But as I wove it, I attached it to the back of the bezel, which you can't see now that there's a button in the front, but getting the button in there was a little bit tricky. And then I mop and glued this last night, and so it's all stiff and nice and happy. And ready for me to put on a chain. You're familiar with Jill Wiseman? Yes. I love her videos. She's great. She makes me laugh. It's like, that's what I want out of a beading instructor. Somebody who makes me laugh. Or that's the beading instructor I want to be. Let's be more accurate. If I can't make you laugh or facepalm with bad puns, I don't think I'm doing my job right. Like, she's obviously having a good time when she's filming, so that's a plus. I also try not to ever be live when I'm in like a really bad mood because that's just not fun. I love the bead puns. Good. You know, you can always have more, right? You know you can just type exclamation point pun. And you can have Heinz baked beads. Come on. That one has an image of it somewhere. I think IXO has the Beader Late Than Ever right now. Also, if you want more puns and you want a copy of a pun book or thanks in the copies of the pun book, if you have 10,000 channel points, you can redeem them for a remastered page of Beader Late Than Ever. That's still a thing. It's still happening. I don't have many things you can do with channel points in this stream, so yeah, it's hilarious because I need paper beads out of Bush's beads labels. You can do it. Bush's baked beads. All right, so I take the little middle element off of these guys, and it actually ends up as the chain dangle in the back. So. Like this is one that has the red. I mean, this red one is put together the same way I'm going to put this one together. And so the middle dangle ends up as the drop at the clasp. I also realized that since these chains are super short, and this one's rusty anyway, damn it. Sorry. Since these chains are super short, I've been adding extra jump rings to all the bits along the way. Come on, camera. There we go. So extra jump rings all along the way, and it helps it make it just long enough to be wearable for most people. Damn. Okay, this one's rusty. I gotta use a different one. Let's just put it back together. Because they're old. They're very, very old. I've had them a long time, and they were old then, so. I just picked out 2 random ones. My mom and I bought these at Goodwill, like, when I was in high school, so. Yeah. Some of them, not so happy. So I'll salvage the parts of the chain that are still in good shape, but stuff like this, I gotta not use it. So they're old. Oh no! Get out the vinegar and cola. This is beyond vinegar and cola. It's not just rust. Here, watch this. It's like corroded. That took no pressure whatsoever to get it to do that. So basically, I just eventually get all the rusty links out of the way, and then I use the rest of what's left for other pieces. So, but yeah, no, it's corroded. It's not just rust. Rust can be aesthetic. Corrosion is structurally not stable. Yeah, so I didn't notice that when I pulled that one out, and I always check them now, and this one's fine. So I'll use this one instead. Same colors though. Desky. So I think I might make a tiny Delica lizard set of stitch markers. What? Oh, in homage to my Christmas. It took me like a couple seconds too long to realize what you meant. Do it. Yep, like the pony bead geckos you learn to make. Yes. Like Starbucky over here. Is this Starbucky? And he's been mop and glued. IXO made him when I was promoted to shift supervisor and got keys to the building. He made me star Bucky. He used to make them with seed beads for earrings. It's sweet. As stitch markers would be cute though. I would say mop and glow them though, because they're a little floppy. This guy's still a little floppy. He's my keychain lizard. That was cute. Cause like there was one day where IXO came into my craft room and he said, "Do you have any big beads?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He asked me if I had anything that was close to pony bead size. I'm like, not quite big as pony beads, but I have these. And he picked out the green and he picked out the black. And he's like, "Do you have any thread?" And I think he ended up with actually the one I've been using today. And I'm like, "Yeah, what color?" He's like, "Yeah, whatever's close to the beads." And then I asked him what he was planning on. He's like, "Nothing." And he just traipsed away. And, a few hours later, he came back with this. He says, "See for your keys." He's Star Bucky. And so he was on my keychain for the few months that I was a shift before I flaked out because I couldn't handle the job. It's still super cute, though. I still have the original project sheet. Oh, cool. Desky. I've been looking at the free projects for beads on Spruce Crafts, and they have the lizard stuff. Yeah. The lizards are ubiquitous. Like, the lizards are like Christmas spiders. The lizards are like the little Christmas tree earrings that I was making in November and December. Like, they're just everywhere. The lizards are like the hummingbirds. Like, everybody has them. The raccoon ended up so flat, we called him Roadkill. The geckos especially, yes. The geckos especially. Like, if anybody has ever beaded in their life, they have made a gecko. Pretty much. Like, I'd say at least 90% of people who have ever touched beads either started off with a stretch bracelet, and if they've ever done anything more complicated than a stretch bracelet, it's a gecko. Like, I think I even had like a whole critter book at some point with like pony beads and rayon. No, rat tail cording. I started straight to seed beads in Martell. Well, I'm okay. Like most people, I didn't say 100%. I did say at least 90. Didn't start with a stretch bracelet, daisy chain. You want to see one of the first things I ever made that I had totally forgotten about? Be right back. Ever. I don't remember making this, but apparently this was one of the first things I ever made. I would have been 10. It is a stretch bracelet. It's a ladder stitch stretch bracelet. Like cat's eye beads and like some 8/0s here. I don't recall making this. I've worn it a lot, actually, as well, but where I missed one. Look, I missed one. Or broke. But this actually stayed behind when we moved from New Mexico to Tennessee. The only reason I have it now is because one of my older sisters went back to visit the house that we grew up in, because it's sentimental for all of us for various reasons. And the person who was living there at the time was like, here's just a bunch of stuff I found around the house, you know, as I moved in and started, like, taking care of the place. And he set it aside. And this was in there. And my sister was like, oh, yeah, my sister made that. So she brought it back for me, which is super cool. And it's gossamer floss, guys. Like, stretch magic is junk. Gossamer floss is the way to go. So that, like, this is an older version. I don't know what brand it was, but it has held to this day. I don't wear it all the time, but I do wear it sometimes. It's nice weight. Nice weight. Ladder stitch, not raw. Well, yeah, I guess technically raw or cross weave. Cross weave would be more accurate. I'm tired. Can you tell? Can do the 90s daisy chains. Yeah, I did a few of those. Like, I didn't start with those. Like, I did this, and then I had, like, my whole purlier phase, because my brother gave me, you know, a present once. And I know that I had a bunch of, like, access to, like, either mine or other people's, like, jewelry stuff for stuff like this. In 4th grade, when I was 10, one of my classmates, her mom came. I took the wrong one apart, didn't I? Her mom came to try to teach us how to do peyote in the round beaded needle cases, which I think is not a beginner project. I know that now, because at the time I was struggling with it. Like, I didn't understand, because trying to understand peyote stitch and trying to understand the first 2 rows of peyote stitch is a pain, but it's way harder when you're 10. Thanks for the correction, Ava. Tis raw. It's raw or cross weave. It was probably cross weave. I probably did both sides at the same time. Like I said, I don't remember. I had a whole phase where I did puzzles. Yeah, I did purlers for a long time. I also can't focus and chat at the same time today, apparently. It's not happening. But yeah, eventually there was a point where I ended up at a friend's house, and we found the loom under her bed, and we followed the instructions ourselves and set it up ourselves, and got distracted for a couple hours, and were told to get back to what we were supposed to be doing, and then got back to the project when we could. And I didn't take that one home with me that day. She said she was going to keep it and work on it, and I don't think she ever really did get around to that, but she gave it back to me a couple years after the fact. She's like, hey, since you actually do this stuff now, because I had taught myself how to bead by that point, here, have our original project. And so I took that with me. And so the loom work is where I actually got my start, you know. Everybody dabbles, but even if you've, like, messed with the medium before once or twice, you know, there's always a starting point for people. Like a click point, I suppose. Oh, come on. One of you gotta come loose. There we go. And so my click point was with the loom, and it just went from there. Oh, I'm a little tired. I think I found the bean label beads. Okay. Are you really gonna print off, like, the labels for the can to make beads out of, so you can have Heinz baked beads or Bush's baked beads? Either way. I think we have baked beans in the cabinet. I've been really hungry. I want food. I also want jump rings. But yeah, so I'm making this guy. So I'm just gonna lengthen it by adding extra jump rings along the way. So that's good. Now they're actual labels. Wait. But are you telling me you have just the labels lying around your house somewhere? Are you like my mother? Do you just have really well organized tubs of stuff for mixed media work? Because I'm pretty impressed, actually. Okay. Yeah, not so organized, but it's... Are we stuff hoarding? Oh no. Oh no. So I'm going to use silver jump rings because I want this one to be more silvery. These chains, I think they were all originally silver, but they still have that little bit of a aged gold tint to them. So depending on what the metallics of the rest of the necklace are, depends on what jump rings I use and what it ends up looking like in the end. They're just old. Just old. Start at the top and I'm working my way towards the pendant. This was a bit of a chaotic stream today for all of you guys who were here for like all the raids. There were so many raids. All the follows. Okay. Yeah, I saw it was 3. Logged on and was like, whoa. Dude, I was talking to a dead chat when I got on. Like, not that I expect people to be here ever, but like, so I was just peacefully, quietly beading away. Just talking to myself in a dead chat, and just like all of a sudden, like bam! It's like, I wasn't ready for this. Yeah. Okay, they're in bead finishes in Discord. Oh, cool, yeah. Give me a sec. Let me finish. Okay, let me put this down and I'll go look. But yeah, it was just like Potomac first, and then it was Immortelle right in the middle of all of that craziness, and then it was Saren still in the middle of all that craziness, and it was just like bam, bam, bam. I'm like, 2 o'clock, what the heck? Well, no, it was more like 1:30. 1:45. I don't know. I wasn't keeping track of the time. I know I went live a lot earlier because I knew that if I waited until 2 o'clock, I was going to actually go to bed and pass out and take a nap. So to keep myself from doing that and to stay streaming when I'm supposed to be streaming, I started early. You're definitely earlier than I expected. Yeah, I didn't give anybody notice. I'm sorry. I just needed like a quiet moment to just get into stream, I think. So yeah, it was after 2. Okay. Was it after 2? Okay. Oh yeah, you're my time zone. I know this, and I know that our states are in the same time zone because like I call my mom because you live in the same state as my mom. But sometimes I still forget that they're the same time zone because they're just like, you're on the far eastern end, you know. Okay, I need to look at Finishes. Finishes. There we go. Look. Baked beads! This is what you meant by you have a lot of photos. Okay, yeah, I totally understand. Ooh, look how cool. Ooh, I like the purple on the outer edges. That's neat. And then, like, isn't that nifty? I like that it makes a little crossy shape. That's super cool. No, I'm in middle. Well, yeah, you're in middle, Tennessee, like, of the state, but, like, it's still not that far from the Eastern time zone, because the Eastern time zone happens, like, in what, Chattanooga, I think? Roughly? Like, I don't remember what city you're in. It's okay, don't tell me. Like, I'm not asking cities ever again on stream. No. But, like, brain. 2 hours from the Eastern time zone. See, that's still, like, day trip distance. Like, you're still on the far eastern part of Central time zone to me. Like, it would take me 15 or 16 hour drive to get to that line between Central and Eastern. If you're 2 hours away, it's day trip distance. But yeah, no, you still have a ways to get there, but so, like, just that whole part of the country, just my brain is like, oh, Eastern time, and I'm like, no, parts of it are Central still. Like, parts of it are Central. Like, I can call my mom when it is sunset here and it'll be dark there, you know. Put up another of a finished bracelet. Ooh, okay. Cool. Yeah, just let me know. Yeah. Oh, I don't even know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I used up all my brain and energy at the first part of stream. I don't think I had much to start with, but yeah. So this may seem like it's a waste of time to you guys to just, like, add extra jump rings in there, but for me it's the difference between making a sale and not making a sale. So I'll do it. I'm just like, it doesn't add much, but, like, maybe an inch. Sometimes an inch makes a difference. Sometimes an inch makes a huge difference. No more brain today. Check back tomorrow. Yeah. Ooh. Like I said, I had almost opted for a nap instead of stream. I'm glad I didn't, but, you know. It was one of those times where it's like, I was was anybody here? Did they see me, like, all swaddled up in the hoodie and the blanket, like, right before those raids happened? Because it was just, like, me all huddled here, like, ugh. It was just a moment of angst, you know. But they tell you that anxiety and, like, excitement are the same feeling. Like, your body does the same thing. And so I went from being, like, super anxious to, like, all this exciting, weird, crazy nonsense happening in chat, and I'm like, oh no. So, like, that kind of helped break my brain out of it. Security hoodie, yes. Desky. Naps are nice, but I always struggle to wake up from them and feel fuzzy the rest of the day. Sometimes, like, I can feel either very well rested because I went to bed at a stupid time the night before, like I did last night, 4 a.m., watching Buffy, not worth it, At least I don't have to watch any more Buffy, though. Um, nobody was making me, but, you know, the last seasons weren't good. I wish I'd gone to bed at midnight when I wanted to, but I stayed up stubbornly to finish the show. So a nap today would have actually been restful, but like otherwise when I take a nap, I sleep better and faster during like nap time, but like I'll also like jolt awake because my dreams are weird. Prince came in on the raid. Which one did you come in on? Did you come in on Saren's raid? Because I know Rainstorm came in on Immortelle, and then like Denise and Teresa and Canadian and all the new follows from all the people I haven't met yet came in on Potomac's. Yeah, Saren's. I figured. So like, I know that's the part of the community where you hang out, but that doesn't mean that's the only place you hang out, if that makes sense. Because I know Ava hangs out in Potomac and Saren both, so... And I think Immortals? I don't know. Greenfink, hello. Takes me 10 plus hours drive from Eastern time zone to Atlantic time zone up here in Canada. Oh, jeez. Like, whoa. I don't think I even know anybody in the Atlantic time zone. Like, I've been streaming for 3 years and I still don't know anybody in Atlantic. That's a long drive. Yeah. Well, I was here and with Saren and with Potomac. Were you a triple agent? Did you bring them all to me at once? Like, were you the magnet? I don't know what happened. I'm still trying to figure it out. Don't tell anyone. Okay, it's your secret is safe with me and 16 viewers. So I won't tell anyone else. If it makes you feel any better, at least one of those viewers is a bot. It's my chat bot. Looks like I have another couple. Commander Root bot is in there, so like there's at least 2 bots in Desk. Yeah, basically a robot. Okay, 3 bots. I've got another viewer. I don't know where that bot came from, but I need to look that one up. Commander Root stays because those tools can remove all the really, really terrible bots. So Commander Root is allowed to stay. My best viewer. Beep boop. Beep boop. I'm a bot. Beepity boop. Boopity boppity beep. Speaking of robots, have you guys watched The Mitchells versus the Machines? Because I watched it twice in the last week and it's phenomenal. Boop, beep, bop. Because I was looking for something on Netflix that was just like movie length to watch recently. I was like, I haven't seen this yet. And it just came up like in front of me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I've heard good things. And then I watched it and I was like, I didn't know that the good things were this good. I think Lurks is a bot too. Is that one even in there? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Lurks is probably a bot. There might be a few others in there. Some of these look suspicious. Like, I don't look at who's in chat very often, but every now and then. Every now and then I do. So long as they're not the hate raid awfulness that was happening a while back, There we go. Oh, wait, I missed one. I also missed a bit there in the chain. No? That was like that. The heck? Okay. Green Fan. Canada has one more time zone past Atlantic time, which is like half hour ahead of Atlantic time. Oh yeah, some of those weird time zones that have the half bits. Gotta go get groceries. Alright, enjoy your grocery shopping. Be safe. Avoid as many people as you possibly can. Don't get sick. And, get in and get out as quick as possible. Man, I used to enjoy grocery shopping. Like, to the extent that you can enjoy any task. But, like, I used to enjoy taking my time and really deciding what I wanted. And now it's just like this stressful marathon event of just, alright, have a list, know what you're getting, go get it. If you passed it, then, like, it's more a frustrating thing to have to go back to prior aisles than it used to be, you know? Keep distance, yes. Yes. Keep distance. But yeah, be safe in the store. Especially if people are, like, stocking up for, like, snowstorms and things. It's hella cold here with a temp of 5. Whew. That's hella cold. Whew. Get some hot chocolate while you're there. Don't remind me about snowstorm stock-ups. Did it end up being super bad, Dusky? Like, did everybody just... Was everything awful? I need this. Oh, you know what was bad. You know, like, where I live, it rains at 5 p.m. and everybody pretends it's apocalypse weather. Like, I understand. Bare shelves. Why? Is there still snow on the ground? Is there still snow on the ground? I'm gonna guess no. Okay, yes for Prince. I'm gonna guess no for Dusky. Or maybe a little bit left, like it's melting, but the roads are fine. Dusky, we're also having a lot of supply chain issues here with drivers being out of work sick. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of that happening again, cause, yeah. Like, part of why I was angsty earlier is, like, the second I went live, Ixo messaged me with, like, information that one of our friends in town is sick, and he works in animal control, and so his boss got sick and they just shut the place down. And then he tested a few days later because he had a runny nose, which so far that's all it is a runny nose. But he tested positive, and, like, as far as I know, he's been super careful and then, like, super anxious about other people who haven't been. So, like, it's starting to get to where, like, the people we know in our lives who have been careful are getting sick because it's that transmissible. Everyone had to make milk sandwiches. It was required. Maybe it's milk toast. It might be milk toast. Ew. Could you imagine? Like, what does a milk sandwich even taste like? I guess technically cheese on bread is a milk sandwich. So, were they like curdling their own milk? No, Pearl, you can't have toast when the power goes out. True. But, like, why would you want milk if the power goes out? Valid question. Exactly. No one knows. We're so confused. Milk sandwiches are necessary for life. need to understand. Like, bread, I understand. You can put other things on bread. But milk must be refrigerated. Ava, problem is that we cannot know if people are carrying the virus. Precautions decreases the risk of contracting the wretched stuff, but isn't a guarantee. Exactly. You know, and even those who have been cautious have been letting down their guard. To an extent. I don't know the extent. I don't know everybody. But yeah, even I signed up for the farmer's market last week, you know, very trepidatious. And then, like, we just saw the numbers keep increasing. And I just went, email, boop, I'm not coming. I'm not coming till a Valentine's Day earliest. Okay, see ya, bye. So I'm streaming on Saturdays now, guys, so you know, like, I'll be here. And you can hang out with me Saturdays instead of me hanging out with COVID Saturdays. Yeah. Yeah, so, like, yeah, there are no guarantees, but, like, I've still been trying to do my best. And I know everybody's tired, and that's just not virulent. Not as virulent as Delta, thankfully, but, like, way more transmissible. Like, if something's outpacing the common cold, I think we have cause to worry. Just saying. Prince, yes, you can. If you have gas stove, you can make toast old-fashioned. Yes. We do have propane. We have a grill. So that's cool. But, like, anytime Ixo's ever used the grill, it's either been snowing outside or hella cold and windy. Hella cold and windy. Desky, yeah, but we did a grocery pickup order because husband and I were quarantining waiting for test results. Right. There was no bread, no milk, no canned beans, no Greek yogurt, no slaw mix? Like, coleslaw? Who's going out and just being like, I need coleslaw? I wouldn't have been as bad if our order hadn't got delayed to the day before the storm started instead of 2 days before. Okay. I see. Gassy toast sounds great. Well, it's a gas grill. It'd just be fire, like toast. I had a gas stove when I was a kid. Pan. Cast iron pan. Makes great toast. Prince, just looking through pictures, can't find the pic I wanted. Oh no! It's time to sort the photos. Get ready to spend the next month of your life wishing you hadn't taken so many. Or you just delete them. But, you know, it's up to you. I transferred all the photos off of my old SD card, which I gave to Ixo because he gave me the new ones, which have storage capacity for video. I need to get in the habit of taking video, actually. Don't know what of. Random stuff. That's fine. Gotta start somewhere. Desky, but yeah, so I'll be stocking up on a few things tomorrow and prep for another winter storm starting Thursday evening. Goodness. And do you know what temperature it is outside? Like, I know what the high was supposed to be today, but I'm gonna look at the temperature right now. Temperature right now, 71 degrees Fahrenheit. In January. Why? Like, the only difference between now and, like, spring is that the grass is dormant. I'm so dumb. Just been on the computer at other house. Ah, okay. I see. Other question marks? Is that for the temperature? That's what I'm saying. 71. It was, like, in the 30s on Saturday. Because I was supposed to be set up, and it was cold. I was not set up. I was grateful I did not go. 28. Is that Fahrenheit? I think so. You live up north, right? You live by the Great Lakes. Great Lakes? I'm trying to remember things. I probably just shouldn't. remember things out loud, though. Trying not to. I'm gonna be better. Be more location sensitive. Yes. Take care, Dusky. See you next time. Oh, Dusky's leaving. What? Time for you to go. All right. Have a lovely rest of the stream. I guess I know. Yeah. All right. Enjoy. Is it time for your evening walk? Enjoy what's left of the sun before it sets. Yes, yes. Yep, Lake Erie Snowbelt. Right. I know you were close to the lakes. One of them. Erie. Wasn't there a TV show called Lake Erie? I think it's on Amazon now. I could probably go back and watch it. It was, if I remember correctly, it was like Goosebumps, not Ghostbusters. Goosebumps-esque. There's weird shit happening in a small town. Erie, Pennsylvania. Ah, gotcha. Never mind. Is that what it was? I remember watching it as a kid, but I don't remember many of the stories. Many of the episodes, rather. No, the show. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I watched it. Like, more than once. I know. It's a real place, though. Oh, I figured. Is it Erie? You can boo me, it's fine. Boo you! Boo me! Which Riff Tracks movie was that? I don't remember. In case you guys are like, what pliers are you using? I am using Tronex. These are my babies. I bought these for myself 2 birthdays back. I buy myself expensive things for my birthday. Can you tell? Yeah. Yeah. These are worth every penny. Oh my gosh. Worth it. Prince. Yes. Oh. Weird things going on. Probably what inspired it. Okay. There's host. Thanks, Prince. Appreciate you. Thank you, friend. Wait. This side. Most people are right-handed, but a good thing about how I finish off my necklaces now is that I can always, at least when it's in person or before I mail it, I can always switch the clasp from the right side to the left if anybody ever is like, I am right-handed. Can you please make it on the right? I am left-handed. Can you please make it on the left? I do right hand by default because I am right-handed and I always try my stuff on, so. Aha. Oh. Hey, it caught and I didn't even intend it to. Okay. Ta-da! Like you can see with my shirt, but you know. So these vintage chains are super short, so adding that little bit of extra length can help if somebody needs extensive amounts of chain added. I usually just replace the chains on these ones. I can add to them with other chains, but yeah. I usually check what somebody wants. If they have, like, I usually wear 24-inch necklace. I'm like, this isn't gonna fall there, and I don't have excessive amounts of extra chain to add to it, but we come to an agreement. Can't believe I forgot to do that, sorry. Oh, don't worry about it. It's okay. I forget all the time too, so like you're not alone. Hey look, there's Waldo. But yeah. We gotta finish on stream. Woohoo! Hooray! Because I completed the other component, which is drying. So that'll wait till like tomorrow at least, or maybe super late tonight, depending. I don't know. Ambidextrous. Need special scissors because I use both hands. Oh, nice. Cool. Neat. Yeah. Like, I can do stuff left-handed, but I don't. But it's with effort. I am right-handed. Like, I'm not ambidextrous. I have some things I do with my left hand, but not to much extent. And then it's reversible. It's like a little snowy, wintry themed blue necklace. Like, I really, really like the bezeled piece in front. I didn't expect to. Like, I thought it was going to be kind of cool, but it's like, man, that's kind of neat. Sad you don't get to see the gear at all, but you get to see the gear on the back at least. So that's super cool. One more finish. Woohoo! And it's a piece that, like, people tend to like of mine, so. There's a red one. Come on. It's a lot less work because there's no bezel involved. But yeah, super neat. Okay. So we can get the jump rings out of the way, and it's actually a nice stopping point, I think. Because the other thing left is, like, yeah, there's nothing super personal you'd see on my desktop here. But, fun fact, what I do to remember that, hey, that thing you forgot you haven't finished yet, if I have an in progress photo of it, like these ones, those 3 pieces are ones that I hadn't finished, you know, currently. Like, these 3 are now finished, but these ones were not finished. This one is now. This one's drying, and then I have this other little one as a partial idea. And I'll explore the idea. I may not get anywhere with it. But what I do is, like, something I really want to come back to, that I really want to make again, I make it my desktop background. Like, I'm a visual cue kind of person, but I also don't like messy surfaces. But, like, if I have something where I can see it a lot, then I will use it. But I also don't like cluttered desktops, and like my desktop is actually quite cluttered for my liking. Like, that's too much. But those are all like the programs I use, and these are my stream stuff, and then like a couple things I need to come back to. It's still too cluttered for me, but yeah, I favor the red, most likely because it looks fall-ish. Yes, I like the pink one actually. The pink one's my favorite. It's right here. It is prettier than it has any right to be. Boop. Yeah, the pink one's my favorite. Because I used the button that had been meant for the brown one. I like it even better. You know, I just like was at a show one day and making stuff on the side, and I forgot that this was meant for the brown one, and I put it in the pink one, and I'm like, oh, I like that better. And I don't know, it's just super nice. It's like pastel and pretty and gorgeous, and like I know not everybody likes pink, but this one's just like prettier than it has any right to be, and like it's just a nice chain. I get a lot of my chains from thrift stores, so they are of unknown quality, unknown metals most of the time. I don't have any metal testers. Probably should get some, but I like upcycling. It's just like a holdover from like my childhood. My mom's a mixed media artist, and so stuff like that. But yeah, I like the pink one. It's my favorite. The brown one's nice too, but I like the pink one over the red. Put a chain on it. Alright, so what's left for the putting chains on and stuff? Ugh. So these are next in my line of things to work on, but I'm gonna call stream here in a sec. I'm not gonna get started on something else. I'll probably, before I get these all chained up and stuff, I'll probably explore the idea with this, because it uses 2-holed hematite beads. They're the width of quarter tilas, but they're more rounded on the edges. But they're 2-holed hematite beads that I have that fit nicely in the spokes of this different shaped gear. Something cool might come of it. Something cool might not. So we'll see what happens. I have hiccups. Whew, okay. Whew, okay. Gears are always fun. Yes, gears are nice. Well, they're not all useful though. Like, I definitely don't think they're all useful. So I've narrowed it down to ones I like the look of the most. And I got rid of a bunch of the others. I like the ones that are cast metal instead of cast plastic. But, yeah. I don't know. I'm sorry for the yawns. It is nap time. It is nap time for me. That's for sure. And then, like, food and nap time. I'm not sure which direction. Probably food than nap time, because I am hungry. But do we have any... Is it too much to hope that we'll find more beaters? Like, I know this guy does beading, but I don't know if he's actually beading right now. Doesn't look like it. I'll go take a nap and eat then. Yes, I am. Doing a last minute search for jewelers. I don't know. Ooh. My goodness. Gotta fix bed. Oh no. Time to go to bed to you. Man. Like, nobody I usually raid is like live. What's happening? Dinner time for you? Alright, enjoy your dinner. This lady is making trees. It looks like paper mache. or sculpture of something. I don't know. There's something cool happening over here. Let's go find out what it is. I don't know who this person is. 64. We're gonna read a stranger today, so let's hope it goes fine. It usually does. So thank you guys for beading here, and I will see you next time. We'll get this raid started, and I will see you in Elfie 64's channel. They're making trees. This is all the information I have. I'll bead you next time.
Oh my god. Like it was all a lie. Really. Like it was all a lie. They lied to us. Oh my goodness. Hello, Vanishing Pearl. Welcome. Thank you, Raiders. Welcome in. Oh my goodness. Hello. Oh my gosh, thank you. Welcome in, Raiders. I hope that you are having a great day. Hi. Oh my goodness. Well, Raiders, if you could do me a favor, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. And if you could go ahead and double tap my face, the icon down there, so I can to click through all the way to my stream for me. Be a big help. Thank you. Hi, my name's Elfie.